What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Jovial Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Jovi, with my
Oh man,
co-host, Brandon. How we doing, Brandon?
good.
All right. Now, let me tell you about these panda balls.
Oh, just right off the top,
10
right
seconds
there.
in.
Just
No, there's some, it's what's known as Mind Panda. My light was fucking crazy. There we go. Mind Panda. They're just some, like, stress tension balls. But
yeah.
they're scented. So my pack was
Do
like
they come with the
motivation.
scent, or you have to
Yeah,
buy the scent?
the scent is inside. So like there's a inner
Okay.
like kind of sponge thing that has the essential oil in there.
Okay.
And then you squeeze it
Huh.
and it comes in multiple sizes, or not necessarily sizes, but like soft, medium, firm
Okay.
for, wherever your hand strength is and whatnot.
All right.
But I've been trying to sit and meditate and think on some things more, so I figured it was a nice little way to kind of help center me. My
Hey,
other one is the like little orange one. But yeah, trying to improve myself somewhat. This is not a
dude.
sponsorship. This is just
This
got
is
off my FSA.
yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Uh, but yeah, that's that. That was the end of that conversation. I
Yeah.
thought I
Sweet.
sent you some. That was the thing. Is
No,
I thought I bought you some.
dude.
It
I've
would
been
have been last year.
I've been researching.
2 years ago.
Have you heard? You've seen or heard of like grounding, where people
Mhm.
like go outside, barefoot.
Mm-hmm.
So they make these grounding sheets now, for your beds that you plug in essentially to the ground and an outlet, and like they ground it to sort of the ground wire in your homes. And the research on them is like they're significantly benefiting people's sleep, their sort of like circulation. It was kind of interesting.
No shit.
Yeah.
I was about to say that sounds like a gimmick, but
The Institute of National Health was the one that ran the study, and so it was kind of like, oh shoot,
also they're
yeah,
just confirming what people have been doing for eons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out when you eat healthy and get outside and get some fresh air and don't always wear shoes, life is better.
You exchange your energies and you don't keep all that on you.
Yep. It's kind of one of those
That's
like
fair.
it's kind of wild how many things like that. I imagine if you could go back to like Neanderthal era where we're like, hey, turns out you guys like there's some things that you guys do just naturally that we should never have departed from, and they just be like, yeah, you guys are like weird, like it's a little goofy what you guys are doing.
They know English now?
I mean, a whole lot of like
I wanted you to say it as a caveman.
yeah.
Fair enough.
It's
I
weird
haven't been
though.
getting out enough, man. I need to.
No.
No, it's I don't know, just kind of in a weird place. I don't know. I want to get out. I know I need to get out. Just haven't found enough, or I haven't made enough opportunities. I haven't made enough
Sure.
time available for such a thing. Outside of the walk the other day.
I was gonna say that look. You sent the picture of you guys just all like a big old family walk. It was like, here we go.
That it was. Only two were the cats.
Uh-huh.
One of my cats would go on a walk with us, but the other would.
Just lose it. No.
Yeah, our one cat, he hangs out in the back with our dogs. He just sits like in the sun and whatnot. There was a couple times like when we first got here, he walked off, but he gets scared of our like us not being around, so he runs back.
You're
He's
just
like,
like,
as long as I'm with
"What?"
y'all, it's okay. Cause yeah, he got locked out a couple times, and we're looking for him. I open the door, he fucking sprints right in. or like we'll hear like meows at the front door, and I'm like, no, no.
Dude, we had a cat we had this summer.
Mhm.
That dude was a killer. Killer. He was like full on like I want to be outside. He was part like Russian blue,
Mhm.
and he was like, I'm out. I'm like anytime the door was open with one of the kids, he was like, boo, gone. And he'd be up a tree like 20 feet high and just be like, I'm a wild thing. And then eventually he'd be pawing at the door like the next morning or something. And before he'd come in, he'd be like, bleh, here's your baby bunny sacrifice. You're like, dude, come
I
on.
got dinner for us.
Yeah.
Don't take out the kibble. I brought it home. Don't worry about it.
But he'd go to our neighbors' houses too and just be like, blah, you get a duckling, blah, you get a robin, blah, you get a squirrel. Like he was like,
Everybody eat up.
yeah, he was
It's
like,
on me. My man is rich.
yeah, he was just sharing the wealth, and I was like, yo, this, like I don't know about this.
That's funny.
Yep.
I wouldn't, man, that would suck. I would not want to keep having to pick up dead animals left and right.
We gave him to a family friend who is this old guy that just loves cats to like catch mice, and his cat that he had for a while like passed away, and so he was like, this is the best cat that's all like because they live out in the country, and he was a super kind cat. Like he'd come up and just like snuggle you, and then when he wanted to go outside, he'd just be like, hey, I'm out, like check you later. So the guy was like, this cat's like an answer to prayer because he's like killing everything in my shop. It's amazing, and he's nice and he's kind, and
that's awesome.
but he did look, when they sent a picture, he did look like he had been eating well because he was just like like what?
And he's still out there getting it.
Oh man,
solid.
Yep, he was ruthless, man.
Bro.
But
quick question.
Yeah.
Have you ever done, or do you find yourself still doing something that's no longer applicable to the activity that you do?
What do you mean?
For example, accidentally blowing on something cold because you're used to blowing on something hot for like to eat. Or, okay, here's a better one. One that I just found myself doing. I lit a candle, and then to extinguish the fire, I went like this. It's not a match.
I guess I don't know. I feel like I need to ask people around me. Like, do I do anything that's not tied to any activity? Like,
it was an accident. Like, I just like, yeah, let me put this out, and I'm like, bro, I haven't had matches in who knows how long.
I will say, there's times where I'll catch myself doing something where I'm like, I don't know if it's anything specific, but I'll be like, what am I doing right now? Like, I don't know why.
Just zoned out.
Yeah,
doing
just
an
going
activity?
like autopilot. Yeah.
Autopilot on the road is one of the craziest experiences. Because
You mean
how
like
did I get 2 minutes from home?
Oh, you mean like not like literal autopilot. You mean like
Oh yeah, no, like your brain just kind of puts you, and you're just going along, you're just cruising along, you're like, I'm driving.
Yep.
I'm driving. Like,
Yep, that one's nuts.
Terrifying experience.
I think that one's always weird too, when you're like, if I can do it driving, what else can I do it during? Like,
bro,
I've done it. Well, I've done it.
Sleepwalk and drive.
That would be awful.
It's insanity. People have gotten behind the wheel completely asleep and gotten to their destination and made it home. I'm like, no, because the brain is very strong, and we just don't give it enough credit. Because it doesn't need us to be awake to do something.
Yep.
I've definitely found myself not necessarily sleepwalking, but sleep stuff. Think about it.
Sleep.
Sleep stuff. I have
Okay.
a wife. I have a wife. Bro, I'll put it to you like this. I've woken up like midway through. Like, how did I end up here? Obviously, this is dope, but my brain is like only like halfway there. And then Jill will be like, "Yo, so did you mean for that to happen?" I'd be like, "What are you even talking about?" She's like, "How that happened?" And I'd be like, "Nah,
No, nah.
I'm not even. I didn't click till like halfway through."
All right. When we go
Anyway.
camping, different tent. Different tent for sure. I I'm just saying. I,
That's
no.
not.
Mm-mm.
It ain't never been like that.
I'm just saying.
My man said, "I'm gonna stay
I'm just
safe, man. You
uh,
gotta put your tent 10 feet away, bro.
yeah. Like I need to make sure you like
Putting a
I'm all
padlock on my tent. Fuck
no.
that, bro. Nah, cause I'm not even a sleepwalker as bad as my brother is. Quite honestly, he scared the living stuff out of my babysitter one time. So, vivid ass memory. Where my mom used to drop us off at our babysitter at night because that's when she worked.
Yeah.
And it's a thunderstorm. We're laying down. She settles us in. We go to sleep. A couple hours later, we hear her scream because she does checks on us.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Where's your brother?" And we're looking around like, I was sleeping. I don't know. I was sleeping. Nah, because now we got to find this kid. So we're searching high and low through this house. It's a big house because she ran a daycare during the day as well, obviously. But like,
Oof.
searching everywhere. We go and she had this closet under her staircase. And guess who's standing? Standing in the corner sleeping. My brother.
No.
My brother is standing like this. Just out. Just out. So she wakes him up. She's like, "Yo, you need to go lay down." Like
yeah.
Bro, she damn near had a heart attack.
Can you imagine trying to explain that to someone if like a kid goes missing and you're like, "They were just here. They just like swept walk and like got out of my house. I don't know where they are." Like, sure.
Because right. And this was a time of no cameras like
Mm-mm.
around and whatnot. So bro, I tell you what, that's one of the wildest things. He's done quite a bit sleepwalking, but I'm not gonna put him on Front Street like that.
All right.
Not all of his stuff is internet safe. Well,
All right.
I mean it is, but like, you know, it's more embarrassing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We should get to topic number 1. I like that one, by the way.
We should. Okay. All right. What we got? Hit me with it.
What happened to kid-led movies?
Yeah. I was going to bring that up last week, but I forgot because our conversation just got going. Again, another conversation Jill and I were having where I was like, kid-led movies are near non-existent.
Yeah, all right. What's your favorite one?
Oh, the one I was watching the other day, The Little Rascals.
All right. That's a good one.
Because I love that one. The way they're acting like old people.
Yep. So I have 2 ideas on the topic. I don't know what happened to them. I think they were just like maybe when movies like came out and they were like, we need to make things for
That's
kids,
dark.
and
That's
oh
dark.
yeah, don't say it then. First of all, my favorite, Mighty Ducks, hands down,
That's Jill's favorite too.
hands down,
I
love it.
don't know what it is with you Midwesterners, but y'all love that one.
Well, it was filmed in the Midwest, and so I
St.
think
Paul, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I think it made like ice skating look cool. And I still don't know how to ice skate very well at all. Like, because I just never learned. The other one, this was a franchise that I kid you not, my siblings and I would choose the character to reenact, and we would play these characters.
Fair.
Three Ninjas.
I knew that was gonna be your one.
It's like, well, you're like, I'm the oldest, so I'm gonna be like Rocky or like.
Yeah.
And of course, the youngest
Every
one's like Tum
time.
Tum, like the little rotund character.
Man. No, they made me be that one because I was the fat brother, and I was the middle one. I was like, man, fuck you guys. It's not my fault. Because at the same time, I was just as active as those two. It was just my genetics at that time.
Yep.
Kind of
I don't know what happened to those movies though, or like why we stopped doing that. The movie world kind of keeps going through weird phases. What are you? You went right back to it, didn't you? You went right back to it.
I think you know what I'm thinking, though.
I think I do.
It's like a very schnickersnollidian situation.
I definitely was like, well, you know, the certain producer that shall not be named probably no longer wanted to produce certain movies.
That's my thought. That's what I got into with the conversation. I was like, do you think it's because they can't do that anymore as much as they did? Because I mean, they still do, but
well, here's I think the secrets are mostly out that Hollywood not a good place for kids, not a good place for a job for kids. Just keep your kids out of Hollywood. Nothing, not too great.
Yeah, okay, it's partially that, but then, well, it also leads into that. But the parents too. The parents' exploitation of that period was wild. But I can't say it's any different from now they're out of Hollywood and they're producing at home with YouTube, and it's kind of just as bad.
You're not. Oh, that's true. That's true.
Where there's a lot of that type of abuse going on. Not necessarily that same one, but abuse in general is going on, where it's like, it's just not good for kids to be put in this position. But I feel like you're also missing out on opportunities of showing kids being adventurous and whatnot, where like that was the main thing. Like the kids led the movie and it was their adventure and everything. And now they don't see that as much. It's only animated now.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bit of a problem because it expanded their mind to want to do other things like in their life outside of just what they commonly see.
True. I mean, I'm going to show the movies to my kids.
Oh, I'm so good.
Do you remember the movie Fat Camp? It's not.
I love that movie.
What was that?
The one name? With Kenan Thompson as the sidekick.
Oh, what is it?
With Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I'm almost certain it's called Fat Camp.
No, is it? It might not be. Heavyweights.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep. Oh yeah,
that was Fat Camp movie.
Yep.
That movie, bro. I love that one. and they weren't going to deal with the injustices that they were put under. They were
Uh-uh.
going to fight back, and
Uh-huh.
and we ooh, is that why? Is that why? Because now we've got educating kids on fighting back against injustice.
Oh, Heavyweights was what killed the kid-led movies?
Well,
Because
not
they're like,
necessarily them. Well, you can't do another Fat Camp movie these days. Yeah, nah, that's not gonna fly. But
that dude, can you imagine the pitching, like the pitch sessions where they're like, hear me out. I got a movie for you. Got a bunch of chubby kids. You gotta go lose some weight and they fight back.
bro, it's just as believable as Arnold Schwarzenegger being pregnant in a movie.
That's right. That was another one. That was another weird.
They had weird
Oh,
movies back then, dude. And they were hits too.
oh yeah, yeah. Oh man.
But it's like, yeah, you don't, I don't know, that type of adventure or again, scenario where you're seeing children fight back against injustice, even that of a trusted adult,
Yeah,
it's it needs to come back with safer production.
for sure. For sure.
Everyone's got to be vetted like Double Down.
Oh yeah.
Double Dare. That used to be my show back in the day. Quick segue
Wait,
with Mark Summers.
Hold on.
They had the Goop.
Dude, I haven't
The
thought
whole
about that in
family
a
show,
long time.
Family Double Dare. I always wanted to be on Double Dare, dude. Always wanted to be on that show.
No, I haven't thought about that one for a long time.
I don't know, man. I don't know why. Just because I said double and something, it maybe come to Double Dare, but
Yeah,
yeah.
because you gotta like watch out for the nose too.
Well, you gotta pick the nose and find the
Yep.
flag.
Uh-huh.
Ah, bro, Mark Summers used to get mad on that show too.
Yeah.
Like behind the
Like-
scenes, I'm like, bro, chill.
It's a kid's game show, man. Just
The
relax.
sarcastic remarks in the first episode, bro, they get me. I was
Mhm.
like, yo, you're a snarky bitch, aren't you?
It makes me wonder, like, was he just like, this isn't gonna be a hit? I don't want to be here. Like, my agent
so.
booked this, and like, I'm just
It was
mad.
like one of his first gigs, wasn't it?
I think so.
Like, cause their production that day, like, it was like bare bones,
Mhm.
and then, like, yeah, it kind of blew up out of nowhere, and they had a couple seasons, and then they brought it back with Family Double Dare. I want to say they tried to bring it back here a few years ago, but it didn't land.
What was like the temple one?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, bro, I could talk about this all day, but we
I-
should segue into.
It's true. It's true.
I could talk, bro. 90s Nickelodeon holds a dear place in my heart.
Mhm.
Nickelodeon Guts,
Yeah.
with the fucking crystal pyramid
Mhm.
thing you gotta climb. Oh, they got to be in the bungees.
Mm-hmm.
Let me stop. I'll
Mm.
relive it. All right, man. Something been on my mind this week as far as how do people deal with family obligations or even the idea of family obligations. I want to know what your thoughts are first on family obligations before I go into what I came across there.
Sorry. Oh man. My first thought with it is I don't know, it's like I don't think they're always negative, because sometimes obligations help you do the right thing when you don't want to do the right thing,
Mhm.
you know, if it's family. On the other side of it, if the relationships are only maintained by obligation, it's 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 not a relationship. It's just sort of a robotic, conditional relationship. So there's part of me that's like, when I think about it, how I think about it is like, what's my value system? Like, what do I think is worthwhile? Um, and that turns it from an obligation to something I want to do. So if it's something that I value, whether it be family time or things that need to get done, or like, what do you do when, um, what do you do when, someone's in need, or how do you deal with that? If it's something I value, it's no longer obligatory. It's because I want to do it. But I don't think obligations are. I don't think they're really useful long term for healthy family relationships. Um, I think the obligation, what what really drives people adhering to family values and obligations, is if they have a strong family connection.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's kind of my quick overhead of it.
It's fair. My only thing is, I would challenge that it's not necessarily family obligations, but the obligation of someone you love. Like, or let me rephrase that. It's because you love someone that you feel obliged to do X, Y, Z. Not
Sure.
necessarily because they're family. Because, as we both know, family can suck. Like a lot. Like a lot. And to be forced into a situation just because there's blood ties has never sat right with me, because that means I'm putting myself on the back burner to someone who continues to abuse me. And it's one of those things. You just hear a lot of people when they talk about, like, yeah, no, you've got a familial obligation. They're only using that to pull you in as a manipulative tactic, not really out of love. Because in the situation of love, it's because you love them that you want to do it, not because you're family to them.
Yeah.
And I would never tell someone that you have to do it because you're family. That seems very negligible, because family, again, does each other dirty all the time. And then they expect some immediate reconciliation or something. That's not, like you said, a good dynamic. It builds a negative system when no one really, well, the person on the bad end really doesn't like it.
Yeah. The
and
person
the other
with
person really, they love it. They're like, this is
Oh
great.
yeah. Like, I got someone who feels like they're indebted to me to do these things. It's great.
Love it. I get whatever I want out of them. Absolutely not. I don't
I
feel
think
anyone should be tied like that.
what's interesting to me is when people try to break out of that mold, how many people give them grief for it, where they're like, you can't say that. You can't say no. Like, technically I can do whatever I want
Facts.
because I don't have to. And it's interesting because people will be like, how that's terrible. And then it's almost like in highly restrictive family systems or relationships, it almost like trickles down where people are like, I too have autonomy and freedom to choose whether I want to feel obliged to this, and I also don't want to. So good day.
The revolution has begun. I shall partake. Yes,
Yep.
yes.
That's exactly it. It's just kind of like,
They don't like that mold broken. Like you said, they really don't. And I'm like, I'm here to tell you, break the mold. 'Cause no relationship should be one-sided
Mm-mm.
in how,
No.
you know, it's represented. Like if I'm doing something for you,
Mm-hmm.
you do something for me, that's mutual.
Mm-hmm.
I do something for you and you never do something for me, we have a problem. And I would beg you to look at your situations and see, well, do you have a problem? Because it might need to be discussed. I'll tell you where it really comes from. Um, there's a lot of Reddit stories about people being drawn back into their situation about family
Mm-hmm.
obligations. Oh, they reached out to so and so. Now I got my aunts and my uncles and cousins and so forth being like, you should really cut them some slack because, bro, fuck off. Absolutely not. I I still believe that you should love all people at the end of the day, enemy
Mm-hmm.
or not. That's just what it needs to be. Um, but love yourself too. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't mean discard yourself. And that's what a lot of those situations are. You're asking me to discard myself, discard the principles that I want to uphold, the boundaries that I want to uphold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to say, don't discard them. Hold your ground.
Right. I think when people in the power role want to maintain the obligation stuff, I think what's tricky is you could argue that it's really loving to actually break out of that mold because it means they get to be healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of maintaining relationships through control and obligation, it's
Agreed.
they get to actually have, people in their world. Like there's people in my world that I'd be like, I don't have to be around you, but I'm choosing to because I care about you. There's no obligation here. I know I could say goodbye and there's nothing more to be done. But me, you knowing that I'm not obligated to be around you or in relationship with you, and me still choosing to, should show that I like you on some level, kind of
At least a
unconditionally.
little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of bit. Like you, oh yeah,
Hmm.
unconditionally because you're there because you don't even like them, but you still pull up because there's love at that core,
Hmm.
and that's really
Yeah.
what's shining through. It's like
Hmm.
I just
Yeah.
don't think there's enough love in the world.
No, not enough at all. Not enough at all.
It's gonna be my good advice at the end of every episode. Go ahead, love
Yep.
your neighbor. I know they're annoying. I know they suck. Sometimes they're good, but love them anyway. This
Hmm.
it's just I don't know. But stop thinking that you have to be connected like that.
Yeah.
I am obligated only through my own principle that because I love you, I will do this.
Hmm.
And if I love everyone, then I'm able to commit to something.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I have for that. Any final pieces?
Mm. If you're the person breaking out of that mold, you're gonna catch grief for it.
Facts.
Just keep going. Get your support system around you.
Call
But
Jovial Pursuit.
yeah, like, but
We'll
they'll
get you on
give
the
you
line.
grief. They'll
Mm-hmm.
try and rein you back into that role, like, just like people with their livestock, and be like, no, 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 get back in line here. If you're breaking out, they want you to go back to what was. It's okay. Just keep going. You'll get there.
Agreed. All right, I gotta
But yeah.
finish this story before we log off real quick. I was talking about it last week. Um, so I did a friend dirty. This was in high school, and I got like really sick after. So
Oh yeah,
back
yeah, yeah. I
yeah
was like, you start. All right.
at the it was like summer of my junior year, and I was hanging out with a friend. Uh, we'll call him Jake. And well, actually, I'm gonna just call him by his name because he doesn't watch my stuff. Anyway, so Nick and I, we used to be super close, and I would go and hang out at his place over the weekend a bunch. We met in this program called Upward Bound, where we also met some females, and he really liked her, and I I vouched for him to like date her. I talked to her to date him and so forth and whatnot. So we were chatting one night, and she told me that she was gonna break up with him because she truly liked me.
Okay.
I was like, oh, cool, 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 because I did like her too, but obviously he was showing more, I guess, like. So I pushed him to go and so forth. Give your shot, and then we'll see what's up. So anyway, so we were chatting a little bit, nothing super flirty, but I noticed like she would text me more. Um, so then I'm going to hang out with him one weekend, and he was talking to her like, "Oh, you want to go like watch a movie with them? They're cool to hang out." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." Mind you, they broke up by this point. Let me throw that out there. They had broken up by this point, but I knew he still liked her. So, Rocky, we get over there. We're watching this movie, and me and her were like holding hands under the blanket and like touching each other's legs from time to time. Nothing crazy, just like, just
Like,
rub the kneecap sort of thing.
yeah.
Um,
Hey.
yeah. So here's where things start going bad. We're like midway through this movie, and my body starts shutting down. So I started getting
He Jamie Foxxed you because you were getting too close?
no.
Oh.
No. But
I know how to deal with this
I,
man.
I started having like convulsions. Like it started with this random cough. I did not have it earlier at all. Mind you, perfect health before I got there. Everything was calm, cool, collected, chilling. Then I get this cough, and she goes and grabs me a cup of water, and the cough doesn't go away. All right, now I'm getting like hot, and my fingers start doing this thing. You gotta see them. They start doing this thing like they're going distal and whatnot. Now I know I had an episode. I thought it was a flu, but let me get there. I
All right.
started having flu-like symptoms, like temperature and the cough and everything. And then I got shivers. I got shivers real, real bad. And they were like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "We should probably go," because by this point it's like 11:30. And I get back after from being hot. Now I have this massive cold chill, and he's got to crank the heat like as high as it goes because I'm just like in my passenger seat shivering. Just fingers don't want to like clamp down anything. We get back to his place. His mom's a nurse. She checks me out. She's like, he probably just has a bug. Because by the time I got there, I threw up. We stopped on the road. I threw up then. We got to his place. I threw up then. She's like, go have him lay down. And we'll get him home in the morning. Because again, it's super late. And she's like, it looks bad, but he should be fine after some rest. It'll probably be a couple days, but he'll be okay. I'm still not feeling well in the car as he's bringing me home. It's like a 40-minute ride home. I get home. I'm there for like a couple hours. I think I laid down for about an hour. By the time I get up, I'm 100% fine. I'm 100% fine. Like nothing happened to me at all in that less than 24-hour period. And this is why I don't do people dirty to this day. Because my body will shut down. So your boy tries to stay righteous.
Jeez.
Dude, I promise you, it felt like spiritual rebuke. Like, you know better.
Don't you
Better.
do this.
And I'm over here canoodling and whatnot, knowing he's trying to get over her. And I'm under the blanket and she's like touching on me and stuff. I'm like, because I got home and I was fine, dude.
Yep.
So yeah, don't do people dirty. You never know when your body might go against you because it doesn't like what you're doing.
It definitely felt like as you were describing it, like so it feels like your body was just like, oh, I see that you're trying to go one way, and I'm saying no.
Drag yo ass. I said, it was a good time. She was cute. It was awesome. Also, her ancestry was connected to Johann Sebastian Bach.
Oh,
It was interesting. All right, y'all. Oh, I should probably leave on some good advice. Create and keep firm boundaries. I think that's the one to go with. Not even just for other people, but most especially for yourself. Otherwise, your body might turn against you. All right, y'all. Peace and love.